I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Uranium Hexafluoride Interactions by rockratzero. If you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it will be the first link in the description. In addition to that, there will also be a link to rockratzer's recently started Kickstarter for the periodic puzzle project. This is a preview puzzle for that project. The project will contain, it's going to be a book which contains at least 118 puzzles, one for each of the currently known elements in the periodic table. rockratzero is, I believe, a chemistry professor in another life, and so as well as the puzzles, there will also be some information about the elements as well. So yeah, there will also be a link, as I said, to the Kickstarter. Okay, let's have a look at the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're going to place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every box. Digits on an arrow must sum to the value of the digit in the attached circle. So if this were a 3 and this were a 6, then this would be 9, because these two digits would sum to this one. Okay, let's clear that. Digits on grey lines alternate between odd and even numbers. So we can see that this is an even number. So this must be odd, this must be even, this must be odd, and so on for all the lines. All right, I'm going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer. And let's begin. Okay, first of all, I can see that these two digits must be even because of where they are on their respective lines. 2 and 8 are already used in the box, so that must be a 4-6 pair. I can see now that 4 has to go in one of these 3 cells in box 2, but it can't go here because of that 4. It can't go here because that needs to be an odd number next to the 6, so that must be a 4. And now one of these two must be these 3 must be a 4 by Sudoku, but it can't be that one, so it's one of these 2. All right. Looks like even digits might be a good thing to look at. This is an even digit by the line. 2, 4, and 6 all see it, so that must be an 8. Okay, in this box, this must be even because of this line, and it sees 8, 4, and 6, so that must be a 2. And then this must be even because of this line, so that must be an 8. And now I get 8 in this column to be one of these two. So that's a 4-8 pair. All right, this must be even, and this must be even because of where they are on their respective lines. So that must be a 4-6 pair. That gives me a 4-6 pair in this column as well. All right, this arrow looks interesting. The smallest digits that I can put on that arrow are 3 and 4, because I have a 1 and a 2 in the box. But 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 9, which is the largest digit I can put in an arrow's circle. So this must be 3 and 4, and this 4 in the corner tells me which way round they go. So that is a 9. This is now at least 5. Plus 1 there makes 7. And this can't be any higher than 7 because of the 8 and 9 in the box. So that is a 7, that is a 1, that is a 5. This 4 is looking across here, that's an 8. That's a 4. 9 is looking down there and up there, so that's a 9. That is a 1-3 pair by the box. Okay, this cell is at least a 4. It can't be an 8, because if that were 8, this would have to be a 1, and in order for that to be 9, but it can't be a 1. So that can't be an 8, and it's at least a 4, and it can't be a 7 or 9, so that is from 4, 5, or 6. Okay. One of these two is a 3. Where do 2 and 6 go in this column? And they can't go here because of this 6. So they have to go into these two cells. That can't be a 2, so that's a 6, and that's a 2. That makes this 1 or 3. All right. Okay, that can't be 8, and nor can that, because they have to be odd digits. That can't be an 8, so this is the only place left for 8 in this box. That means that 8 is in one of these two. Okay. 2 in this column must be in one of these two. In this box, 2 is right here. So that is not a 2, and this is a 2, and now 2 plus 1 or 3 makes this 3 or 5. Right, if this is 4, right, that can't be a 1. In fact, yes, that's where 1 goes in the box. So these are from 7, 8, and 4. This one can't be 4 or 7, so that is now 8. So that makes that 8. And that's a 4, 7 pair. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be 5. Well, no, it can't, because if that were 5, this would have to be 4 and this 1. And this one can't be a 1. So it could be 6. Can't be 7. Can't be 8. Could be 9. Can't be 7 because there's a 4, 7 pair in the box. Okay. So if this is 6, then this could be 4 with a 2, which doesn't work. Because there's a 2 there. 5 with a 1, which doesn't work. And 6 with a 0, which obviously doesn't work because I don't have a 0 available. So that must be 9. So now, if this is 4, this is 5. If this is 6, this is 4, but it can't be. Sorry, if this is 6, this is 3. If this is 5, this is 4, which it can't be. So that's not a 5. I've now got a 4, 6 pair here. That makes that 7, and that 4. This is the last digit in the box, which is a 6. I'll remove those corner marks. Oh, there we go. So 6 must go here. That makes this a 9, and this is 7. This is now 3 or 5 to complete the row. These two digits must be 5 and 7. And I know the order. This must be a 6. No, it can't be a 6, it's a 4-6 pair. That must be a 9. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, this is 3 or 6 or 5 or 4. Well, these two digits must now be 7 and 9. And this one here must be where 5 goes. All right. That must be from 1, 3, and 5, and it is not a 1, so that's 3 or 5. This is 1 or 5, can't be a 3. These are from 3, 5, and 7. In fact, 5 is not there, so 5 is in one of those two, which eliminates 5 from here. But this is also 3, 5, and 7. And one of those is a 5. That's not a 3. I'll remove the corner mark. Okay. Six is in one of those two. Nine in the top row still has a couple of places. Okay. Two in must be one of those two, and that must be one of those two must be a 2. All right. Feel like I'm missing something. Okay, I can place an 8 there by Sudoku. Right, and now 5 in this column can't go here, can't go here, so that must be a 5. That resolves my 3 and 1 there. That gives me a 3 there. This is going to be nice. That makes that 5. That is 3. That is now 6. That resolves the 4 and 6 there, and 6 and 4 here. That is now a 5, making that a 3-7 pair. In fact, this 3 is looking up. That's a 7. That's a 3. That is now a 5-7 pair. This is a 1-3 pair, and we know the order. These 3 digits are 1, 2, and 4. That's not 4, that's not 4, so that's not a 1, so that's a 2, that's a 1. That makes that a 2. That 6 means that this is a 6. That is 7 or 9 in the row, and it can't be a 9, so that's a 7. That resolves the 9 and the 7. That resolves the 5 and the 7. I need a 1 and a 3 in this column, so that's a 1, that's a 3. and I need a 5 and 9, so that's the 9 and that's the 5. That is a beautiful puzzle. It's fairly straightforward, but yeah, I liked being able to spot that this had to be a 9, that then this was restricted to 7, that was a naked single 8, and that was a naked 6-4 pair there. Yeah, there was some... it was reasonably straightforward, shouldn't be too difficult, and I am looking forward to seeing what the whole book looks like. Well, if you enjoyed this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.